And I'm live. Good morning. Suburban Prepper. How y'all doing? Today, doing a live podcast or a brief YouTube thing. Today, it's cold out there. Are you guys ready for the coldness? Because it's cold out there. So I wanted to just talk about this HYS radio. It's got good range on it. Find them on my website at suburbanprepper.info. They're out of Amazon. Good hardy battery pack. My next newest thing is a nice battery powered light. And that's not good. I have to go through all the. Oh, if you push it down long enough, it'll shut off. It's good to know. So, this is my podcast or my YouTube video channel. Doing a live feed. And I just wanted to see if there's anybody picking up on here. I guess not. What have I got to talk about today? I don't know how to turn my phone down. So, I'm getting used to the technology. You know? Yeah. So, let's, anyway. I guess there's nobody on here. I need to get more subscribers. You know? Like my sideburns. Growing them out. Nice gray sideburns. I don't care. So anyway, it's cold this weekend. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna snow. What are you doing about it? One thing you can do is don't close your bathroom doors. Leave some air going in your bathrooms so the sinks don't freeze, especially for the bathrooms that are closest to the exterior of the house. Heat rises. Just remember that. But in the basement, it stays 55, 60 degrees constantly because of the heat from the earth. So don't go out if you don't have to. If you're a prepper, you've prepped for a couple length of time that you've got food available and water sources. And if it's snowing and if shit totally hit the fan, well, there's your water. You just got to filter it, right? So I don't know how to turn off the phone right now. So I've decided as far as my exercise regimen, so I don't injure a shoulder, is that I'm going to do one day chest, 1 day cardio, 1 day lats, and the affiliated supplementary muscles, and then 1 day cardio, and so forth. I'm not going to lift a body part, which involves my upper body, incorporate my legs. For legs, I do squats with a dumbbell. And I feel good. I feel a lot better than I have been. I'm horrible doing these live feeds. Nobody's watching my channel. I'm just talking to myself. The funny thing is I talk to myself anyway. So I might as well do it on camera, get used to it. And I guess I'm looking at the camera right now where the light is on my computer. Yeah. So I talk about lecture culture a lot. right? This is what I'm talking about. This is the 12 gauge copper wire that you make about a foot long antenna, and you have it facing south on the south part of your garden. And this one of these covers about 3 square feet, I'm told. So cover it appropriately, and it helps generate the electromagnetics from the atmosphere down into your soil and vitalizes it. Well, a couple hundred years ago, people thought electricity was witchcraft, right? So, who's to say? I'm going to tell you, though, this year I had the best abundance of crops in my prepper garden that I've ever had. I mean, I'm talking about, I freeze-dried carrots. The only thing that wasn't good in my garden was the tomatoes. And I didn't have enough nutrients in the soil beforehand. And I'll remedy that. Every year you go on from gardening, you learn what works and what doesn't, what you can grow and what you can't grow. This year I learned I can grow watermelon, but it takes up a lot of space. Even those miniature watermelons, and we got some crop, but they're so full of seeds. I can grow cantaloupe in my prepper's garden. It's a great, easy fruit to grow. The seeds were abundant, but found my dog taking Luigi, my Shih Tzu. He likes cantaloupe too, apparently. So he would always take a cantaloupe off the vine and go under the trampoline and eat it. I'm like, what's his skin? He wouldn't eat the skin. He's a smart boy. So I think this year, as far as fruits go, to be a little fruity, I'm going to go with my strawberries, which I don't have a choice. They grow like weeds. I'm going to go with the blueberries, which if the plants take off, great. If not, I tried. And I think I'm going to go with the cantaloupe. Okay. That's what I think I'm going to do. As far as going with vegetables in the prepper's garden, my wife wants to make sweet potatoes of some variety. So we're going to start that in a couple weeks. I want to do regular potatoes. I want to do carrots, tomatoes, some type of squash, and some other things that my wife wants to make, to include cucumbers. So that's the crops I'm going to grow. I'm not quite sure. The big three to me are the tomatoes, potatoes, and I want to grow peas again. Some type of bean. Green beans. The trick with the green beans is you don't let them get so ripe on the vine. Pick them when they're young so they're more tender. But you want to see those nice big long green beans grow. And of course, I always love to do my hot peppers. My variety of hot peppers. I love my hot peppers. Just put some of that in a soup, and it's all the hotness without all the salt. It's natural. So we got to start going back out to the gun range and shoot. I zeroed my weapons with that laser sight you can find. It's on suburbanprepper.info, my website. Oh, yeah. I've got a podcast going on now from Podbean, and I've been accepted on iHeartRadio and Spotify, a couple other podcast channels. Of course, it's called Suburban Prepper. I have the will, but I don't have the knowledge. I'm not an anchorman, so I'm learning how to talk on podcasts, and maybe I can find someone to interview. I'd like to interview someone that likes to go deer hunting that's an expert on it, which I am not an expert. And I'd like to interview someone that likes to go turkey hunting. There's a lot of people in the suburbs that don't know how to hunt, so they could get an understanding of it at least. Of course, my whole thing now is suburban prepping. The ins and outs of prepping in the suburbs. I guess it depends on what you call a suburb, right? I live in a small town. I plan to stay in a small town. Oh yeah, let's see how that light's doing. So I have a lot of these lights from back when I wanted to try to grow a garden in my basement. That was a crazy time. I just don't want the light to hit the screen directly. Yeah, I'm trying to lose some weight. Anyway, I had two 10 by 12 greenhouses in my basement, and I tried to grow some crops. I could never get it to be hot enough. The humidity was not good for the wood above it, and every time my dog would come in, she would dig up the potatoes and just eat them. So I mean, I did grow some stuff. Growing a small, and for some reason, it just there were tons of flies, tons of little flies. It was not a smart idea to grow a garden helm in your basement. So I have those two greenhouses as a backup in case shit hits the fan. I can grow tropical stuff in the summer because of the heat already. You know what I mean? Is there anybody liking this at all? I guess not. I've been on for 15 minutes. So that's the news to me. I moved my basement around a little bit so there's easier access. Wife does not approve. Yeah. So I remember when I was in video arts class back in the 7th grade, the moments of silence is what kills you. So you just have to keep on talking. Well, someone liked me. One person joined. I wonder who that is. I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm trying to get the word out about my genre of prepping, suburban prepping. There's angry prepper, which sometimes I think I could qualify for. Alaska prepper. Well, I don't live in Alaska. Alaska granny prepper. I'm not a granny. I don't do granny. Integrative preparedness. And there's all these other prepper channels. Pinball, Canadian prepper. He's got the whole country, the Canadian fella, to prep for. He gears his stuff towards Canada and the United States mostly. And it's like an entertaining infomercial for a lot of his stuff. Because we haven't been nuked yet. But the clock is always 5 seconds to midnight. Suburban prepper, that's me. and I have my niche now. I have to work on my artiste and my presentation. I have a YouTube channel. I got some Facebook. I got a website. I got a podcast. I'm learning how to use the podcast. I learned if you want to send something to iHeart or any of these other podcast apps, they have to be in MP3 format. Well, I've learned that I have a great recording session thing here, but it puts it in MP4, so I had to learn how to convert MP4 to MP3. And then using the technology to assist, it's pretty good. YouTube is pretty simple to get this going. I haven't done monetization yet. I don't think I have enough. One, I don't have enough people on YouTube, enough followers, the like and subscribe. I don't have enough people to monetize it. So I got a long ways to go. I mean, I'm doing a live stream right now. I have one person that liked it and 2 people that showed up, which is better than none, right? So I have to build some more capacity and grow out my sideburns even more. Maybe here, like that, or I could do the Star Trek sideburns. I don't know. I'm bald. This is not growing up. This is not coming back. Back here it grows. Back here it grows. But here, no. It's all Jean-Luc Picard up here, right? If you know who Jean-Luc Picard is, you know what I'm saying. From Star Trek. Yeah. So I've got all just going here. I enjoy doing the podcasts. And I got the website, suburbanprepper.info. And I have to integrate the podcast into the website so I can do that directly. I got to figure out how to do it. I'm a one-man team here. And then I already have my YouTube feed going into my website at Suburban Prepper. Oh, hi, David Edwards. How you doing? So you're my first person that's talking to me. That's great. Thank you. Doing well. Thank you. I'm just doing a live feed today to see what's going on. Winter's coming. It's going to be really cold. Well, winter's here, but we're supposed to get this blast of cold. The topic is I talked about how I like this radio here, HYS. It's already pre-filled with channels. You don't have to load channels in it, and it's on and off, and it's got a battery. And I've used this thing out for 10 miles. Okay. I'm not a radio guy. I know a little bit about radios, but this is HYS, the company. It's a nice radio. It's got different frequencies already set up on it. That's why I talked about that. Then I talked about electroculture, the prepper's garden, and how it's so important to use copper antennas in the garden, about a foot high. And you make them about that big. And you wrap it. So we talked about using copper for electroculture and growing it in your prepper's garden. Edward, do you have a garden? If so, I would highly recommend you try this for your spring garden. And I, not for nothing, but got this battery operated flashlight. I was doing a review on it. I'll post a video. It's nice. and hard, and that sounds sexual doing that, but it's nice. I like this flashlight, and I guess if you had to, you can turn this flashlight into a defensive mechanism. It's pretty rigid. Comes with a lithium type battery, and you have to charge it with this little charger thing to a computer charger thing. So that's what I talked about so far, and then I just started rambling on about being a suburban prepper and prepping in the suburbs. So prepping in the suburbs is basically the main subject, and there's sub-subjects underneath it. And when I said that, it just reminded me of my fourth grade teacher that came to mind when we learned how to make paragraphs. I didn't get I didn't get it. Honestly, funny story. The event that opened my mind physically was when I was at Fort Benning going to jump school back in March of 1990. And after I landed once, had a hard landing, it jiggled my brain. And it opened up my brain. Not that I'm a genius or anything, but pretty close. But I remember that at one time, that jump, you have to do 5 jumps, and before you get your jump wings. Then I went to my unit to jump. I was a medic, but yeah, it opened up, because I remember when I say it opened it up. Anyway, hi. So I'm going to have to end the stream now. Okay. Oh, well, it's good you want to start a new journey. A video log and truck driver. Oh, you're a retired medic and a firefighter. I was a medic in the Army, active, then Guard. And when I was in the Guard, in my civilian job, I worked as an RN and then a nurse practitioner. It's funny, in the Army, we refer to medics as medic. But in the civilian world, we refer to medics as paramedics. Like my sideburns. Yeah, I'm going to have a good day. You too. You have a good day too, Mr. David. Well, thanks for chatting in the chat room box. You could tell I'm so 1990s. I called it a chat room. Welcome. You got mail. Ding, 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 ding. Welcome. You got mail. Remember that? Well, anyway. Whatever it's called, a chat. Well, thanks for joining. And I'm going to sign off here now. I got to get back to doing what I got to do. This is some suburban prepper saying Roger Wilco, over and out.